Welcome back, everybody. We are here to pick cards for July the 22nd. I'm going to pick one card for each sign. This is just going to be a really quick reading. If you happen to know your planetary placements, you can pull a lot of juice out of this because you can get really quickly information on your sun sign, your rising sign, your moon sign, your Venus sign if you're interested in love or money, your Jupiter sign if you're interested in what's expanding in your life, your Saturn sign if you're interested in what you're being disciplined in your life. So lots of good nuggets can come out of this if you happen to know your planetary placements. But let's see, let's get started. For the 22nd, starting with Aries, you guys have the Ace of Mirrors, and the Ace of Mirrors just means that you found something new that you're really enjoying. This can be an activity, a project, a hobby. This can be a person's company, but you're finding something new that you're really enjoying for those of us with Aries and Aries placements. Next up is Taurus. We do have the Nine of Mirrors showing up for you, Taurus. That just means that you're finding emotional satisfaction and happiness in something that you're doing or you're getting accomplished today. So that's for Taurus and any Taurus placements. Next, we're looking at Gemini. Gemini. Okay, so you have the Knight of Stones showing up in reverse, or the Illusionist in this deck. This is my Chrysalis deck, by the way. The Illusionist showing up in reverse. And when he shows up in reverse, that just means that we are not taking particularly good care of our budget. So we're not doing the things that we know we need to bring the finances in, or else we're spending money with the idea, well, I'll just fix that later, even though we know it's not in the budget, but we're just not really taking good care of the budget whenever this shows up, Geminis. And that is for Geminis and for people with Gemini placements. Cancer. Three of Stones showing up in reverse. This just means there was somebody you were hoping to collaborate with today. I feel like a lot of you basically were just hoping to get together and have a conversation with them, maybe about a particular topic, maybe just to catch up with them. And I feel like it's not happening today. I do feel like this is something that's going to be rescheduled for those of us who are Cancers or who have Cancer placements. Next up, we have the card for Leo. So Leo, we have the Page of Stones in reverse. This is a card that talks about receiving some kind of news or information about money or about material goods. That's something that we don't want to hear. For somebody, I think that you're hearing that your house is appraising at a higher amount than you thought it would as far as for tax purposes. Of course, that's probably only going to apply to one person, but that's the type of energy that carries. Just news about finances or about material goods that we don't want to hear, okay? And that's for those with Leo placements and Leos. Next up, we have Virgo. Virgo, we have the Sojourner or the King of Mirrors. This just tells me that you're very much in control of your emotions today. You're feeling pretty comfortable expressing them and letting them go when you need to, actually, even. And so King of Mirrors just showing that you have a good grip on your emotions today. And so that's for Virgo and Virgo placements. Next up, we are going to look at Libra and Libra placements. And so we have Herny the Hunter, which would be like the Chariot. It's a really victorious card, and it does talk about reaching a goal or reaching a target that you have been moving towards, but not by yourself, that there are other people involved in reaching this goal or reaching this target. And the vision that I'm getting is with this card talks about, when people were hunting, and hunting was serious business. That was actually how people survived, and their clans and everything survived. A lot of times people did not go out and hunt by themselves. They hunted, as a group together to bring in some big game to be able to feed everybody in the family or everybody in the clan or the tribe or whatever that unit would have been called. And so that's what this reminds me of today for you Libras. And I'm thinking that, whatever this is, that is a goal or a target that you're reaching it as a part of a group. So there's at least one other person involved, if not more than that. Okay, and that's for Libra and Libra placements. Up next we have Scorpio. We have the Queen of Stones showing up in reverse for Scorpio. This is just telling me that, excuse me, those of us with Scorpio in our charts, we may be feeling like we don't want to share the good that we have. We may be sort of feeling a little bit like maybe we need to hold on to things where normally we would be kind of sharing them. To me, this is a card that talks about really there's somebody in our sphere of influence who we have been generous with before, but they have kind of come to the point where they have abused that generosity. And so now we're at the point of, you know what, I think I'm going to hold off on that. I'm not going to be as generous with somebody who is abusing that generosity. Okay, so that's what we have for Scorpio and people with Scorpio placements. Next up, we're looking at Sagittarius. Now, Sagittarius, what we have showing up here is the Ace of Scrolls. In this particular deck, the Ace of Scrolls does talk to me about contracts or agreements. I think you guys can see why. There's a contract there and there's house keys. This would be like a house purchase specifically. I usually don't read it that specifically though, Sagittarius. For me, this is talking about, this could be car keys for somebody though. I do feel like maybe some of you Sagittarians are purchasing a car today, but this is some kind of contract or agreement that is the key to something that helps you to move along more healthily in your future. Okay, so very cool for Sagittarius and Sagittarius placements. Next up, we are looking at Capricorn. And so Capricorn, we have the Ten of Spirals showing up for you. This just means that you are going to be taking on some kind of responsibilities today and really fulfilling those well. Sometimes people look at this card as carrying burdens. Usually, though, the way this card was first explained to me and the way I usually see it play out is that, outsiders might see these responsibilities as burdens, but because there's love involved in the situation, I don't think that you're seeing these things as burdens, okay? And so that is for Capricorn and people with Capricorn placements. Up next, we do have Aquarius. So Aquarius, what I'm seeing here is the Five of Spirals. This is just telling me there's a lot of chaos going on around you. It's kind of important to stay kind of out of the way of the cray-cray that's happening, basically, is what I want to say. Like, don't get involved. Don't try to fight this. Don't get involved with this cray-cray. Don't try to participate in the cray-cray. Kind of stay on the edge. You want to stay on the edge of the gulch there. Stay on the edge of the cliffs. Don't get burned by the fire. Stay on the edge where that fire isn't reaching over to. You don't want to get involved in all of this chaos, and it just really does feel like cray-cray to me. And it feels like it's going to be really easy to get sucked in, but obviously advice there is try to avoid it. And that's for Aquarius and those of us who have Aquarius in our charts. So Pisces, last but not least, we have the Justice card showing up in reverse. This would be Matt in this deck. I think I'm pronouncing that right, but I'm not sure. M-A-apostrophe-A-T. Matt, Mahat, I don't know. Something like that. Anyway, in a standard deck, this will be the Justice card. And this just says that there's something going on where there is a decision that is made, Pisces, but it's not made in a good way. It's made corrupted. So this person doesn't have all the information, or maybe they don't care about all the information. This could be a situation like where officially somebody's interviewing to fill a job position at a company, but they're just going through the motions because they already know who they want to have that job position, which may or may not be the most qualified person. This would be the type of thing that we would see with Matt in reverse. This could also be a court case that we're looking at where the judgment is not in the favor of the Pisces. If you're the Pisces, this is just a decision that is made in a corrupt way. Maybe all the information isn't there, or like I said, maybe somebody doesn't care about the information. Either way, decision that's made in a corrupt way. And I do feel like this is not an insurmountable thing for those of you who are Pisces. So anyway, that is what we have showing up for the day. Thank you guys very much for being here. Thank you for helping me get this channel up to 7 million. Thank you to all of you who are subscribers, and thank you for thumbs ups, for sharing, for commenting. All of that adds to the amount of times that this video is served to other people so that we can actually pump this up to 7 million. So thank you for all your help and participation on that. And also thank you to those of you I'm doing readings for and Reiki sessions for later on today. I do appreciate that as well. Everyone have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys back on the next video. Peace out.